So I think we will start now. So the presenter has enough time, and there's a question and answer section at the end. Okay, so good evening here in Jordan, and good morning still in Mexico and in other countries. So today we're gonna have a presentation about the wonders of Jordan, an overview of touristic spots, and it will be given by Mr. Samer Abu Taleb, who is marketing director and business development of the Jordan Tourism Board, North America. The presentation will be mainly about a brief overview about traditional and non-traditional touristic spots of Jordan, as well as some practical information for Mexican tourists in general. So the Jordan Tourism Board was officially launched in March 1998 as an independent public-private sector partnership committed to utilize marketing strategies to brand, position, and promote the Jordan tourism product as a destination of choice in international markets. And this North America branch follows the guidelines of the National Tourism Strategy and represents Jordan in trade, consumer media events and all marketing activities in the US, Canada, and Mexico. Samer Abu Taleb was born and raised in Jordan and is currently living in Washington, DC. He works for the Jordan Tourism Board of North America and started developing Jordan as a destination for the travel market in Mexico since 2012. So now he's leading the marketing and business development efforts in Mexico. Samer has deep knowledge of Mexico in general and has traveled all over the country. He has attended and spoken in national and local level events during this time. And Samer credits Mexico and Mexican people for the development of his career on a personal and professional level. So we give the floor to Samer. Thank you, Samer, for joining. And so the floor is yours.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Gracias, Rodrigo. Gracias a todos. I appreciate your time to learn about the wonders of Jordan and to also understand a little bit of what we do in the destination to develop a marketing brand, an image, to garner connections, and finally to create exchange, a great cultural exchange between what I think is an amazing destination in Jordan and an amazing destination in Mexico. Just to start off, you know, as Rodrigo was saying, I have been coming back and forth to Mexico many times since 2012. The image in my mind, before I didn't know anything about Mexico. And, you know, my first city to go was in Monterrey. And I go on Google, Monterrey, it's all this crazy things happening and all of this. I was so scared. And when I arrived, slowly I began to realize how similar our people are, how we value family, how we value friendship, we value time differently. We really have a lot of the beautiful cultural aspects very, very similar, and the way of life is very similar. So I became very passionate about people to understand what Mexico really is, the vast country and vast different people and different foods. I wanted people to know about that, but also through them knowing about Jordania as well, because, you know, you could think Jordania is maybe in the Middle East, in Medio Oriente, we're all crazy or something like that. But when you start to get educated and to learn, we are all very, very similar to the Jordanian and the Mexican people. So it is my pleasure, it's my passion. It has been, I have an amazing team in Mexico City who I will introduce you to during the presentation. And I will look forward to answering any of your questions that you have. So regarding for time, I just want to begin with the presentation. This is a general presentation. I will run through it very fast, but everything is on our website, and everything will be sent if you need. Our contact information will be available as well. So forgive me if I go very, very fast, please. So let me start with sharing my screen. Okay. Let us start. So if you may not know, we have over 10 million people that are living in the country. I want to explain to you from the top to the bottom of the destination is only like a 6-hour drive. I know sometimes people in Mexico City, they can stay in traffic for 6 hours. So it's a very easy destination to get around, very easy, you know, to see different sites. You know, 1 week you feel a really good general knowledge of the country. But I think it is the biggest small destination in the world. I like to say that. Let me go here. You know, regarding the growth, this is something that I'm very proud of. Me and the team are very proud of. When we began, we only had about 500 Mexicans visiting the US, and now we have over 25,000 from 2019, and we're hoping to get more and more Mexicans. And Mexicans, they like to spend more time in the country. They like to really get engaged with the people, the culture, and they like very nice things, you know, whether it's luxury spas or retreats, places for the family, museums, these kinds of things. It really matches what the traveler wants in Mexico. This is very general information that we can go over. Now, our problem, I guess, is that we don't have daily flights or easy flights from Mexico City, Guadalajara, for places direct to Jordan. But what we do have is all of the European carriers that you regularly fly can take you to Jordan. And also Emirates has just opened up that goes direct to Dubai, and Dubai is a 3-hour flight to Amman. So that's great. Turkish Airlines as well. You can go to Istanbul, and then you can go to Istanbul directly to Aqaba, or Istanbul directly to Amman. And that is a very short flight as well. And then, of course, you can go through the Royal Jordanian, our carrier, a national carrier, which departs from Detroit, Montreal, New York, Chicago, and from Canada as well. So you can take that, and it goes directly to Amman. And it is around a 10-hour, 11-hour flight from New York. Very quickly, again, I'm sorry if I'm rushing, but our Queen Alia Airport, brand new, beautiful airport, especially now, all the protocols have been taken since the beginning of COVID, you know, cleanliness, speed, no touch things, everything very, what we expect as a traveler when we start to travel again. This is the airport, another international airport that's in the south. It is the south is Aqaba. It's our beach region, beach resort town. So we have flights directly from Europe over there. And then, of course, you can arrive by the sea. We are very good located. You can go from Egypt in the sea through there. That happens a lot, and through Eilat in Israel. In the south. Again, we have all of these kinds of information. We have also our embassy in Mexico City as well, that they can provide any information regarding visas and things like this. As I mentioned, it's a big, small country, and you know, many different kinds of things. You go from the north to the south. You have in the north greenery, mountains, beautiful things that you did not expect to see, farmlands. And then you have Mar Muerto, you have natural reserves, beautiful areas. Then in the south, around Petra, it begins the desert, beautiful desert that you really see only in movies. And a lot of new movies, especially like ones that are in Mars, are filmed in Wadi Rum. And we will discuss a little bit of that later. The protocols have been updated. Pretty much, it's again very simple. There's a link that you can go and book everything that you need. Provide the PCR test. The goal is to, I think it will reach to have vaccinations, but as of this moment, as long as you have a PCR test 3 days before travel, you receive a PCR test, a quick test as soon as you arrive in Jordan. You'll wait 20 minutes in a very spacious place, and then you will be free to roam the country. So it's very simple. We try to make it as simple as possible. And if you have any questions, also reach out to us. Again, we've been working on the COVID protocols since it started, really. So our vaccinations, everything has been, you know, it's been a tough journey, but it has been fruitful because now we are ready. We've been ready since the summer. We've had already hosted a few Mexican groups, some Mexican influencers as well. So we are very excited to have that back. I didn't mention, but many of you know that Jordan, really our main source of income is tourism. So it's really our oil. We weren't blessed with much oil like our friends in Saudi Arabia or even Mexico, but we have tourism. And when it was down, it's really hurt many companies, many employees, as everyone. But what we did as the tourism board and as a government made sure that the local destinations are being provided with access and be still visited and things like that. So we have, through the bad times, developed a lot of great new experiences to have in Jordan. And it's very exciting because that's good for us as a marketing entity to be having products that are so amazing and so vast that can work out for people in all the travel industry. Climate, very quickly, we really think it's an all year round destination. It doesn't get too hot, doesn't get too cold. I would suggest that, you know, July and August is the hottest temperatures, but never reaches before over 30, 32, 33 degrees Celsius in Amman. In the south, in Aqaba and Wadi Rum, of course, it gets a lot hotter in July, August months. But throughout the year, it's a wonderful experience. No humidity, so you see the value of shade, of trees. You can be under a tree in the desert, but it feels nice. So it's very good. Here in Washington, D.C., it's very, very humid. We speak Arabic as our first language, and English is spoken widely. We all learned English as a second language in school, so it's very easy to get around. We also have many people that speak Spanish. Maybe Rodrigo can tell me yes or no, but we also have amazing tour guides that speak Spanish, and a lot of tour associations and things like that that are Spanish viewed to the Spanish audience as well. And of course, clothing, we get asked a lot about that, but it's the same as you would wear anywhere. You know, of course, if you want to go to a church, to a mosque, you maybe to a older, maybe somewhere you're going to experience a local traditional tents or something like that, it's good to be humble a little bit, but otherwise it's all normal. You can do whatever you want, really. Dinero. Now the dinero, it's really based, it's hedged to the US dollar. So $1 is 75 cents Jordanian. But our Jordanian dinar goes a long way. Also, credit cards are all taken as well. So that is no problem. There's ATMs everywhere as well. As I was mentioning, we are prepared. We have been preparing for the traveler that is coming, as we consider the post-pandemic traveler. You know, you want a more meaningful travel. You want a more unique travel set where you can really learn, get a lot of memories, wonderful experiences, meet people, speak to people, learn from them. And as well, vice versa, have them learn from you, because it's very important for us. So we have created the Meaningful Travel Map, which we will discuss also later. Very sustainable. It includes all of the local communities. Most of them are women-made initiatives, because the women in the communities really are the ones that push out the learning and the opportunity to say the truth, which is fantastic. We are able to have the outdoor, natural, remote experiences where you're not around many people. You know, not many. You're not going to be squished in buses or in tourism sites or something like that. It's a great time. We have luxury places all over the country and different kinds of interests that you could have. So very quickly, you know, similar to Mexico, we value food a lot. So when I am invited by my friends in Mexico, we're always eating, drinking, and things like that. Same in Jordan, we always eat. So we take 4 hours for lunch, you know, dinners are 6 hours, you know, it's very important for us. Food is very important for us. When you visit Jordan, you will be offered a lot, especially if you meet people, you know, I bring you to my family's house, you will always be giving food. Even the poorest of us, that's something that we have as our hospitality, really. So you would be offered, instead of tequila, you will be offered coffee, our Arabic Jordanian coffee, and we love tea as well. So you have different local traditions from the north in the city to the middle to the south. We have a food in the south called zarb. It is exactly like barbacoa. It's made beneath the sand in the desert, and it's a wonderful lamb, and it tastes amazing. They do a whole party around it as well, and everything is really organic, very fresh. So people that don't eat meat or are vegetarian, they can get away very easily in Jordan. Of course, a lot of hummus, and there's many locations in Jordan that you can learn, that you can go to visit and learn how to cook and eat your own food. So it's you can be immersed in the culture, really. I'm speeding through. Sorry, everybody. Amman is our capital, and I grew up in Amman. I want to say that it's a great mix of old and new. The old being very old, historic Russia, Greek, Roman locations all over the city, but also our city is a very old inhabited city, about 150 years old. So there's really nice, the old souks, the old markets that you could visit and see how, let's say, my grandparents lived, or how even their parents lived. So it's very nice to see that. And then there's a very new, modern, vibrant culture right now also in the city. So it's a wonderful city to spend time in. It's easy to get around, Uber, travel, taxi, bus, whatever you prefer. Even you rent a car, but it's nice to walk around, meet people, speak to people. A lot of history. You could go through guided tours off the beaten path. You know, a place that a lot of people like to go is Rainbow Street in downtown. Again, I'm rushing through it, but there's many things for the families, for the individuals, for couples, for you know, you name it. It's a great city. I love the city very much. You know, of course, we have wine. Wine is we can do wine tours and go through the history of development of wine and the history of Jordan together. We have a brewery, Karkel, first ever brewery in Jordan. You can visit them. And as I mentioned, this is very, very important to us, the sustainable tourism, the community inclusion in what we're doing, so that the value of these locals just meeting you and learning from you is amazing. It's something that fills me with pride, because the other year they came to me say, listen, I'm so happy we're able to provide, you know, food, or our projects that we usually make it for our kids, but now people from Mexico, India, USA, everyone, they want our things, and it makes them proud. So really, with just you being there, it really helps, and it really takes care of us a lot. And we have this on golocalJordan.com, also on our website, visitejordania.com. You will find all of the information regarding that. And we have much sustainable eco lodges and restaurants and farmlands to buy as well. Now, a very important sector is the religious sector. The religious experiences that you can have in Jordan. You have just 2 hours away from Amman, you have the site where Jesus was baptized, Bethany beyond the Jordan. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, wonderful location, wonderful experience. Whether you're religious or not, or you know, it's an amazing experience. Following in the footsteps of prophets, of where the Bible was made. You know, it's Terra Santa. You know, so it's a land. It's not just one area, maybe Jerusalem, and that's it. It's everywhere. It's Jordan, Lebanon, it's in the south, the north, you name it. So a lot of the, I would say half of the Bible is through our country in Jordan. These you can visit Montenegro, which is the location of the stories from Prophet Moses, as well as Madaba. It is, if you love mosaics, you will love this city, this town, magical town. It's a wonderful place where all the mosaics are located. A lot of the mosaics are located, and the oldest map of the Holy Land, basically of the Middle East, is located over there in mosaic form in a church over there. It's wonderful, wonderful thing to experience. My colleague Pedro will explain to you how we have all of the resources located on our website. Again, visit jordania.com. We discussed how families enjoy themselves as well in the destination. It is a great destination for adventure, active, hiking, biking. La Ruta Jordania, it was the brand new in 2018. It goes through the whole destination from north to south. You can split it up, of course, but the whole time, if you want to walk it, it is about 40 days. It's an experience that goes through communities, house stays. There's also a bike trail that runs parallel to it, where you will see amazing kinds of things that you did not expect to see in Jordania. Wadi Rum, extremely, extremely popular. Again, about 3 hours south of Amman. So much activities to do over there. It's not just a normal desert. It is, they consider the Valley of the Moon. It is considered one of the locations that most unique in the world, really. Many different awards that has been received. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is a location of all of these new films and old films as well. And we're very happy about that because it brings a lot of help to our tourism sector. And then just maybe 30 minutes south again of Aqaba, of Wadi Rum, is Aqaba. And you go from the desert to a beautiful sea where it is clear waters, amazing. You can see 3 different countries. If you're on a boat over there, you can have lunch, you can do snorkeling, scuba diving. It's one of the best in the world for scuba diving. I'm not a scuba diver, so it's not from me who's saying this. I've heard international scuba divers say one of the best untouched corals and the reefs that you've ever seen. Again, a lot of history. It's an open air museum. I could go for hours discussing with you about the archaeological sites, the history, the history that has been through the land, but that is for another time, hopefully. Again, Jerash, Qais, you have many castles that have been through there. Of course, Petra, the jewel, the wonder of the world. This is carved in stone by a mysterious civilization, the Nabateans. Honestly, I've been there maybe 50 times, and every time I see it, it still gives me goosebumps. I still can't believe something so big, something so grand can be chiseled into the rock like that. It is an unexplainable experience because it's not just you see the treasury and you take a picture and you leave. It's a big experience. It's a wonderful experience. You can experience Petra by night, 3 days a week. And you can see the monastery, there's churches, there's little Petra. There's so much more than just the treasury, which we all know and love. Great locations to stay at as well. Good for, of course, the country in general is great for, it's growing for the honeymooner and for the couple as well, because of the locations, the really romantic, exotic locations, and the great resorts and places to stay at as well. I'm going to rush through this, but you can see all of the hotels that we have, the old and new downtowns, the wines, El Mar Muerto, the lowest point on earth. This is great, especially for now, people who haven't traveled for 2 years, maybe they want to go and relax, and it is very healthy, regenerative for your skin to be this low. It has the highest oxygen content in the world. So you can just sit and breathe and really the sand and what they call it, the Dead Sea mud, is very good for your skin. And what people do, they put it over their skin and they lie down on the water and they just float. And it is an incredible experience. I don't know if you've ever floated, but it's amazing. It's an amazing experience, especially for somebody for the first time. It is a wonderful, magical experience with amazing resorts around, very relaxed vibe, very good for the soul, good for the body. I would definitely recommend Mar Muerto. Around Mar Muerto, of course, there's many different kinds of things. Aqaba, we discussed it a little bit as well. I'm gonna just, tell you that it has a lot of things. The majority of Mexicans would maybe not want to travel to a beach town, but if they want to go see something specific in that city or go golfing or just, have a different experience from the beach, from the desert to the beach, it's very nice. But Mexico has the best beaches in the world anyway, so I don't see Mexicans traveling just for the beach for Jordan, but it's nice to include. Again, you can go glamping in Wadi Rum and you'll never see so many stars in your life. It's the most stars that you can see, and it's so spiritual, it's so good for the soul. Wonderful experience as well. And then now I want to really, sorry, Pedro, I'm giving you no much time, but please, my colleague Pedro, he's been, him and his team from Mexico City have been supporting our mission, have been really leading the efforts in promoting Jordania to the consumers in Mexico for since 2015. And really it's the only, and he will tell you, it's the only place you can find these kinds of content and information in Spanish in all of Latin America and Mexico. So I'm very proud of the work that we have done. And Pedro, I'm so happy to introduce you. And please, if you have some minutes to just go through a little bit of what you do and how you've been helping. You're on mute, Pedro. Unmute.
Listo. Gracias, Samer. Gracias a todos. La invitación que me hizo Samer para el día de hoy fue mostrarles a ustedes un poco lo que hacemos desde México para la promoción turística del país. Lo hemos estado haciendo por más de 5 años y los resultados son evidentes, y si puedo compartir mi pantalla, les puedo mostrar un poquito lo que hacemos. Sí. No sé si me ayudan, por favor.
Can you see the screen?
¿Puedes poner la página?
Just go through the website. Sorry, Pedro, because of the slides. Sorry, just go through the website. I will just skip the slides.
Ok. Bueno, mi invitación es a que visiten nuestra página, visitajordania.com. En esa página es la página más importante, sin duda, en español, ahorita, de información de Jordania en español. Tan es así que en las métricas de los últimos 2 años, nuestras visitas de hispanoparlantes han aumentado un 30%. Tenemos visitas de no solo de Latinoamérica, sino de Europa y de todas las regiones donde se habla español. Esto nos permite, sobre todo, ser un referente importante de la promoción de Jordania en toda la cultura hispana. Nuestro modelo a seguir para lograr esto es tener un sitio informativo muy completo, donde todos los días y todas las semanas estamos compartiendo información relevante. Esto para el usuario es importante, porque cuando tú haces una búsqueda de Jordania, invariablemente vamos a aparecer nosotros, ¿ok? Los invito a que lo hagan. También es importante saber que trabajamos basados en las métricas, en los análisis, tanto del Analytics o el Data Studio, o como también ahora lo hacemos con los mapas de calor. Entonces ahora podemos saber exactamente qué puntos del sitio los usuarios están visitando, y en esos puntos vamos a enfocar nuestra información. La página es muy completa, realmente recibimos métricas de todo el sitio. Incluso los ajustes que hacemos mes con mes están basados en los análisis. Hemos cambiado el menú y lo organizamos de forma que ustedes pueden ver los destinos y van a saber con precisión cuáles son los puntos, los destinos en Jordania más importantes para visitar, las experiencias. También tenemos operadores de viaje que ustedes pueden consultar desde México para viajar a Jordania. Si revisan nuestro blog, hacemos publicaciones semanales, hacemos un promedio de 6 publicaciones al mes. En redes sociales, en Facebook, publicamos 2 veces por día, también a través de una parrilla. También a su vez hacemos publicaciones en Instagram. Ahora usamos mucho los recursos de las stories y finalmente todo eso es medible y todo eso hace que nosotros llevemos una sinergia para la comunicación y crear una conversación del destino. Creo que si hablamos qué es lo más importante para nosotros como aliados de Samer, es crear una conversación. Crear una conversación y a través de crear la conversación y mantenerla, es como hemos podido lograr este posicionamiento. Para nosotros es importantísimo. Pensamos muchas veces que la gente no lee, y eso también es un mito. La gente sí lee nuestros artículos. Hoy por hoy, cuando uno va a viajar, se informa del destino, se informa de las atracciones, se informa de los accesos, se informa de los horarios, y eso ustedes en sus hábitos de viaje lo pueden notar fácilmente. Entonces, toda la información que esté disponible en la red y en nuestro sitio nos ha hecho como un referente importante para la promoción del destino. También hacemos un newsletter mensual. A veces hacemos 2 o 3 más informativos. Los invito a que también nos sigan, a que se suscriban a nuestro newsletter, a que nos sigan en las redes sociales, porque finalmente hacemos una sinergia para la promoción de un destino. Hoy por hoy, la gente está planeando viajar ya para su último periodo, que es las vacaciones de invierno, de fin de año, y sabemos que tenemos un alto potencial para que los mexicanos visiten Jordania. No hay los 100 o 150 destinos que usualmente están abiertos en el mundo para viajar. Hay no sé, 30, 50 destinos abiertos y Jordania es uno de ellos. También ahí viene en la parte de arriba, en noticias COVID, el descriptivo de los protocolos que los mexicanos debemos aplicar para ingresar a Jordania. Entonces, el sitio creo que tiene una usabilidad óptima para que cualquiera pueda encontrar lo que necesite. Incluso nos preguntaban aquí en el chat si es seguro para una mujer viajar a Jordania. Pues todos los comentarios y todo lo que nosotros hemos documentado Jordania por 5 años nos da la confianza de decir que es seguro. Obviamente siempre vas a tener que asistirte de un guía local o de alguien que te esté como guiando y asesorando, y eso es importante. Los requerimientos para entrar a Jordania están todos ahí en la parte del sitio, en Noticias COVID. Y bueno, hay unas guías de viaje que también hemos creado, como son unas guías, unos shortcuts para que puedan ver lo interesante o lo atractivo de cada destino. Y pues bueno, creo que es un trabajo integral. Tenemos también nuestro canal de YouTube con videos, en fin, hacemos un 360 del ecosistema digital de la marca, del destino, y eso nos permite pues estar como muy orgullosos del trabajo que hacemos y pues si ustedes también nos pueden apoyar o necesitan información, nos pueden escribir desde el sitio, por favor. Gracias, Amer.
Gracias, Pedro. Gracias. Thank you for all the work, as always. And I will want to open it up for questions now, if we have time. But I hope that we were able to give you a very general overview and show you the excitement that we have to bring in more and more Mexican people to Jordan and vice versa. So thank you, guys. And if you have any questions, we are happy to answer.
Thank you very much, Samer and Pedro. It was a wonderful presentation, to be honest. We were very, very attentive to of your overview, because we, as at the Embassy of Mexico in Jordan, we know all the wonders of Jordan, not only Petra and Wadi Rum, but also my colleagues and I agree that this country is much more than the desert, which is amazing, but also about community, and also the community-led tourism, which wherever you go, you can experience this hospitality that Jordanians are famous for. And it happened to me while going to Madaba, that I was walking on the street and I approached a woman who has had some a community garden or a small garden, and she was very, very hospitable. She offered me a coffee and then some muajanat, like some appetizers, without even doing nothing. Just she invited me, so I invite all the people here to come here to Jordan.
Yes.
You want,
you know, a nice saying that it's called El Jar Qabl Ad-Dar, and it means your neighbor before your home. That's really the way that
yes.
It shows you it's great because of that's how it is. It helps us as a tourist destination, because people will invite you in. You know, hey, come on in. They don't want anything. They just want to share with you some food, some tea, some whatever, you know.
Yes, and also people should know that in the cities, most people understand some English.
Oh yeah.
Which is what's really helpful for me when I arrive. I speak Arabic now to some extent, but when I arrived, I only spoke the modern standard Arabic, which is not very useful. And people were really, really attentive and really helpful.
If you start speaking Arabic, Rodrigo, if you start speaking Arabic, they will think you're Jordanian and I'm Mexican.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Samir. And also the thing that our cultures are very similar, and as you said very correctly, that we value family above anything else. So even if you travel alone, you can feel with company around you, surrounding you, and you will never feel alone. So that's also a very big reason for people to come. So now,
thank you so much for that. That's so good to hear from you. Really, it's very nice.
And
I promise I didn't pay Rodrigo to say these beautiful words.
No, he didn't. But I was thinking that Embassy of Mexico is open to cooperate with the Jordan Tourism Board, and we also have a good relation with the Embassy of Jordan in Mexico. So, don't hesitate to contact us.
We will. Sure. We will.
So we have a few questions on the chat. I don't know. So the first one, someone is asking Ana Lopez if there is similar food in Jordan to the Mexican food. What can you tell us, Samuel?
Like I said, there's in the south, the zarb is similar exactly to barbacoa. So that is the lamb made underneath the sand. Really, the shawarma, actually, it's very surprising because the shawarma stands, our Jordanian tacos, is very, very similar to even the stands in Mexico. So the stands in Mexico, they have the meat and they chop it up, same exact way, but our bread is wheat bread, and in Mexico it's corn. So really that's the only difference, but it's prepared that way, it's understood that way. I would say that our food has a lot of spices, but not spicy. So yes, when I go to Mexico and my friends, they put some very spicy things, my whole face that turns red and things. We don't have like that, but it's full of spice. It's not boring. Yes. You know, we have everything really is locally made, and I would say that like in Mexico, fruits, vegetables are very important. Vegetables, of course, to make soups, to make meats and these things. I think that's it. But regarding the tacos, it's similar to our street food. So we have the same street food.
Yes, that's quite true, Samer. And
the guacamole,
yeah.
the guacamole in Mexico is hummus in Jordan. So for us, it's hummus on everything.
Yeah, that's true, Samer. And people are asking Demetria Marta whether it's safe for solo women to travel to Jordan, especially in rural areas and small villages.
For me, it's I'm not answering the question from me. I'm answering the question from me having a family there, cousins, sister, mother, you name it, but also from the Mexicans that came back to us and said how safe this destination feels like. I just want to give you a very quick example where we are a tribal country. So we really, okay, we have laws and regulations, but I worry more about what my father and my tribe thinks of me. So in the rural areas, especially, they are driven by the tribe. So I see this one man, big beard, wearing the things like you think in the movies, a terrorist or something. And there was a European woman, she was lost and she needed to get somewhere to be found and she needed to take, so he invited her in the car, took her 2 hours and came back. When he told me the story, I say, wow, she didn't think you're crazy terrorist or something. She wasn't scared. And he told me, but why she should be scared? I'm a man and I will protect her. And that really is the thing that is sort of a pride for us, where if you're visiting us from far away, we feel pride because it's a small country. You can go to India, you can go to Malaysia, you can go to anywhere else in the world, but you decided to come to Jordan. So we take it as a pride because we love our country. Same as in Mexico. Mexicans, they love their country. So when you visit Mexico, it's like they want to show me everything about the country, about the city, about their home. It's just that excitement. So the respect of our visitors is huge. And through that, it creates the safety, security, and whatnot. And of course, all women know how to handle themselves. So it's a destination where it is open for that safety and family feel, as Rodrigo so nicely explained.
Thank you, Samer. And I know you already explained it a bit shortly. Could you tell us the requirements for a Mexican to go to Jordan during the pandemic times?
Pedro, do you want to say the requirements?
Sure. You can find here in our website. You put here.
It updates all the time. So if we tell you something today, maybe tomorrow something will change.
Yeah, but it doesn't change. For Mexican, it's very easy. We need, if we have the vaccine, we also need the PCR. Okay, it's easy. Okay. Let me say in Spanish. O sea, si tienes la PCR, eso no te, digo, si tienes la vacuna, no nos exime de presentar una prueba PCR. Tiene lógica porque sabemos que puedes, aunque estés vacunado, puedes estar en algún momento infectado de tener COVID, entonces simplemente es así. Aquí vienen todos los protocolos que hay que seguir y vienen listados. Entonces, ha sido, bueno, es más sencillo remitir a las personas aquí para que vean todos las recomendaciones sobre todo, ¿ok? Aquí están. Entonces aquí también encuentran las fuentes originales. Sorry.
Que la visa es a la llegada, ¿no? Se puede conseguir.
Así es. La visa es al momento de la llegada, cuesta 40 dinares, ¿cierto? Y se paga en el aeropuerto, toma unos cuantos minutos, eso sería interesante saber. ¿30 minutos o cuánto puede, Rodrigo? ¿Cuánto tiempo tarda?
¿Para la visa?
Ajá.
Más o menos. Bueno, es que como entro con la residencia acá, pero más o menos no tarda mucho, dependiendo de la fila que hay.
Ok,
Sí.
son preguntas que nos hacen. Y aquí pueden encontrar toda la información, ¿va? Ok,
Gracias,
gracias.
Pedro. Summer, they're asking you what's the average expenditure of Mexican tourists in US dollars?
That's a good question, and a very important question for me to explain to our board of directors and the government how important the Mexican traveler is. It turns out the Mexican traveler spends the most in the world per day,
Wow.
but this is globally. In Jordania, they are the #1 spenders per day, more than US. This is an average of about 100. The latest one was about $109 a day, but I might be wrong about that. But in average, you can spend very little by staying at your locations where you're staying in. The places that you stay in is cheap, but they're good quality, but cheaper. You can dine in street food and nice, cheaper food, or you can have a very lavish, style of trip. So it really depends. We have operadoras and agencies sell Jordan directly, so they have all of their prices on their websites, which we have also on our website to them. But really, it depends. It can be $100,000 to $1,000, really. So it depends.
Thank you, Summer. Monsi is saying, I will go to Jordan shortly. So you can visit someone today.
Ahlan wa sahlan. You are welcome. You are welcome, and please contact us if you need anything.
She's also asking, if I stay longer, may I be deported? And can I work there doing community service or work?
Yeah, that's a good question. Also, the funny one, because I take press trips all the time. Mexican journalists, influencers, bloggers, businessmen and women to Jordan all the time. And there was one woman that we stayed for 10 days. And on the 9th day, she said, can I delay my flight back to Mexico? I said, sure, call the airlines. Let's see what happens. And she ended up staying there for 1 year. She worked in a eco lodge. She rented an apartment. She made friends and things like that. It was I can connect you to that person. But when it comes to deported, all you have to do is request to stay longer, really. But I can also, we can assist you with ways you can volunteer, with ways you could whatever you're interested in. There's many things, whether it's animal welfare, social enterprises, women corporations, sustainable development of the destination. There's a lot of different ways that you could help and bring your expertise as well. So we are happy for that, and I'm sure we will make it as easy as possible for you to stay.
I will send her your contact details if you don't mind, so she can ask you.
Please. Yeah. I work for all of you.
Thank you. And also, regarding that, I know that some foreigners renew their visa every month, or I don't know, every 3 months. Could you explain us that? How does it work?
Renew the visa when they stay in Jordan?
Yes. Do you know the process?
I really don't want to give any information because I'm not sure.
Okay.
Maybe we can send that official information, or maybe it's on a website somewhere. But I'm not sure about that. I don't know.
But the tourism visa is for 1 month, right? For the normal visa.
Yeah. You can renew it. Oh, of course, you can renew it as long as, and even if it expires, you just go to renew it. It's very simple process.
All right. Thank you, Summer. And David Contreras is asking embassy, how do we promote the bilateral tourism? So, of course, one of this part of the answer is what we are doing now. Mm-hmm. So we are promoting Jordan in Mexico and Mexico and Jordan through these online events, but also cultural events hosted at the embassy and at other venues. Like last year was really hard for everyone, of course.
Of course.
But now we have had some opportunities to organize a few events, especially with universities, Jordanian universities. And actually we hosted a session between Instituto Politécnico, who is part of the organizers in this event, and Yarmouk University and Middle East University of Jordan. And they exchanged some experiences, practices. So we are fostering especially like direct contacts between universities focusing on tourism, because we know our countries rely a lot on tourism for revenues and for foreign currency and for development. So we can surely learn from each other. So the embassy is promoting from different perspectives with different actors. And of course, with the Jordan Tourism Board, we are open to cooperating with you in other projects.
That sounds great. Sounds amazing.
So do you have any other comment or message for the
Maybe
audience?
Rodrigo, you can help bring a Mexican airline directly to Jordan, from Mexico City to Amman direct.
Wow.
that is your responsibility, please.
It will be a great challenge. But Inshallah, inshallah.
Inshallah, ojalá.
Ojalá. Well,
no, it's been a pleasure. Really, it's a pleasure. I really, like Rodrigo said, I really hope to connect better and more. Myself, our team, Pedro, everybody, we work hard every day with passion, really, to promote the Jordanian market. So please, if you guys have comments, feedback, any way we can support and help, if you know, we can connect with Mexican brands, partner with different organizations and places, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And yeah, we look forward to this year and next year, which should be a great year for us and Mexico.
Thank you, Samer. Thank you, Pedro, and the Politécnico Nacional, David, Sophia, and thank you for your attention. So we look forward to cooperating with you guys, and for the audience, tomorrow we will have more activities, so don't miss them. Don't miss out. Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Gracias.